The surreal landscape of our closest planetary neighbour. Scientists have taken a close look at the surface of Mars. Now, for the first time, they'll study the deep interior. But to get to the red planet, NASA's InSight spacecraft needs to survive a perilous descent through the thin atmosphere, and fewer than half of all missions have made it. It's opted for a huge parachute and then retro rockets that should slow InSight from 13,000 miles an hour to just 5 for a gentle touchdown.
Hopefully, as we go through these 7 minutes of terror, kind of increasing the likelihood of humanity to actually land on Mars with this amazing vehicle that is out there ready to land, that will again transform our knowledge of this amazing planet that's right next to us.
3, 2, 1, go.
All the instruments on board have been tested to survive the jolt of landing.
We've got 344 G for this experiment.
That's a little more than we are expecting on landing, and that's the right side that we want to test at.
Engineers at Imperial College in London made the mission's tiny seismometer, an instrument that will detect Mars quakes, as well as the vibrations from meteorites slamming into the surface of the planet. Those tremors should determine the structure of Mars's interior and help scientists understand how it and the solar system were formed. Any instrument being sent to another planet needs to be as small and light as possible, and the team here at Imperial really have cracked it. These springs are half the width of a human hair, and yet the device is so sensitive that when they tested it in a lab in Oxford, they were able to detect the tremors from the local church bells. If the mission finds Mars has the remains of a liquid core, it will suggest the planet once had a magnetic field that could have shielded early life, but then, for some reason, dramatically weakened.
On Earth, our magnetic field is very important at protecting us from radiation, and also protecting the atmosphere by being swept away from solar winds. Mars, although it may have started off in a similar place, is certainly very different, much drier. It's lost nearly all of its atmosphere, 99% of it has gone. There's very little water. If life did ever establish itself early on, it's been a very difficult place for it to hang on.
NASA's missions have strongly suggested Mars could have supported life in a warmer, wetter past. In 2020, 2 rovers will go to Mars, searching for evidence of microbes. That should finally give us the answer. Thomas Moore, Sky News.